IDH versus XG. Any predictions for this one of how this is going to go? I have one prediction, and that is that the guy with the longest name in the lobby is obviously the best player, so XG's taking this one home today.
All right. Well, that's an interesting way to analyze League of Legends here. I think actually IDH are going to be the ones who will arrive victorious. Now, last season, these two teams were neck and neck. They're really at it. There was a lot of really good games coming out of them. And interesting enough, we have some returning members from both of those teams here for IDH, Zhao PP Yeatloaf, although I believe Yeatloaf has made a switch over to a different lane, coming from support to mid, usually going the other way around. So we'll see how the other members do. But Zhao PP was an absolute banger last season. I'm expecting something similar again. And then switching it over to XG Saturn, we do have one returning member, but I think this is a combination of both of their XG teams put together this time around. And their Spooper definitely was a star top laner here. But everyone else, I know Manly Mailman was from the other XG team. So this looks like a mismatch. They've kind of reformed and they're trying to make another run yet again.
Yeah, it seems like has some interesting masteries I've noticed. Had a Shaco player in mid. You said he transferred over, right? So that kind of makes sense there. That tracks. We got two Ezreal players in the bot lane. I mean, who doesn't love to play that? Ranks look a little bit lower on XG's side, so we'll have to see if they can make up for that with some other intangibles, or if perhaps they're just sandbagging on the ladder and surprise us. But you said they're pretty promising today, right? So, but you're favoring IDH so far. Is that's what I'm getting, right?
Yeah, I think IDH are gonna be better right out of the gate here. Not saying they're just gonna straight win the tournament or anything just yet. Gonna need more evidence, but that's what I'm thinking initially, just based off last season. And I mean, we got to see how this tournament develops, but I think that's a good initial prediction.
Sure. All right, awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this one kicks off. I, am really hyped up to see how these teams are playing. I was kind of in the Vanquisher League last season, so I'm not really as well exposed. I think that the Conqueror League should have some exciting stuff to offer us as well. Any predictions you think for drafts or for characters that we might see coming up?
Oh, okay. Well, if you're not banning it, Skarner. Now, in pro meta, this champion, pick ban right now. If you do not ban it, the enemy team will pick it. Is that going to apply here? I don't know if it always makes that crossover to the Conqueror League. Sometimes people just like to play their own stuff. What makes Skarner really strong is the flex potential. If you don't like your matchup in the jungle, you can go to top lane and vice versa here. And so Skarner's pretty popular play rate, and we'll see if Conqueror Champion's going to be played here. Other than that, there's been a huge boost into the AP junglers. So we'll see if an AP jungler is being played. Specifically, Talia is really good right now. There's of course others, like if you want, you could play something like the Lilia, and of course Vi is still just going to be very strong. So for the jungles, those are the type of champions they're kind of propping up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally agree with that. Yeah, double burn items made a huge dent into the meta, really propelled a bunch of characters up to the top. Had to hot fix nerf some of them right back on down. I'm interested also to see how the ADC meta is developing. Ashe has been identified as an outlier, so I think that's a really great AD carry pick to focus on for these teams. Does a ton for the team. Consistent damage, you're able to set up fights for your team, so I want to see some priority on Ashe today. Jinx is also up there at the top, so I'm expecting to, either see some pick comps based around Ashe, some team fighting based around Jinx. Either way, lots of focus on the bot side. Hopefully, maybe we can get that Scorpion that we're mentioning down there for some big ganks.
Another champion that is rising up in the ranks is Corki, and specifically lethality Corki. You go double lethality items into Trinity Force or whatever you need at that point in time for your third item, and the burst damage on this champion is absolutely busted, just because lethality plus the damage from the spells just goes crazy. And you spike at 1 or 2 items, which is very unique and a strong point for something in the AD carry role. Of course, you can play in mid lane as well. And so I'm interested to see, are we going to get some Corki?
All right, yeah, I like Corki. played a sick quirky game last night. I think I've seen on the stats actually that Collector, so still with that lethality first item, but straight in Infinity Edge is the way to go because he gets that extra true damage on his crits, and it's enormous. It's absurd. He's one-shotting you with a single auto, and especially with RFC from like across the screen, so it's nuts here. But yeah, we're gonna get these bans going on the board. Arcane Flavor to start things off. Vi and Jinx taken away. Skarner, just like you mentioned as well. See if we get some more of those AP junglers taken away, and then we might just be starting at square one. Both teams kind of handshaking with these bans, getting a lot of these OP picks, but some jungle focus from IDH and AD carry focus from XG, respectively.
Yeah, and I'm liking the new visuals here. I think it looks clean, and we got some background music now for an epic drafting phase. Shen going to be removed. I think Shen's been slept on. I think this champion's been slept on for a really long time, and finally getting some recognition in a ban right there. And so now, first pick, all important. Ashe is open, but we're going to go straight to a Tristana in the mid lane instead. I think that this champion's very strong in that role for early pressure, and it's really about the jungle matchup to really set up this champion.
Yeah, I think it's awesome because you can once again set up for an AP jungler like that, but there's Talia, like we mentioned earlier, immediately taken away. That's going to go over to Manly Mailman, excuse me, as actually considers their second pick. It will be the Udyr. Could be a Talia in mid lane, then either they could flex this Udyr into the jungle or the top. We saw a lot of Udyr top last season, and it just kind of uninteractively pushes the wave. You can't really move it out of the lane. I wouldn't pick Sion into it. I think that's maybe not a great matchup, but you just kind of want to handshake tanks there, trade grass procs for all eternity. We'll see how it goes.
Nothing really beats Udyr in top lane, so I don't think it's even worth trying to counterpick this champion. Go ahead, go for the scaling. As you said, Talia could be in that mid lane role here, and a Lux pick so early is very interesting to me here, as Aphelios coming into the bot lane. Champions receive a bit of a bump because of the crit items and the itemization change here. And so when you get that 3 stack and you get your blue gun out, that is team fight devastation being pumped out right there. So interested to see that. J4 being banned. Honestly though, J4 was a great pick for IDH, and they take it away from themselves.
Yeah, maybe they think it's a little bit tough to play into Talia, but I think it would have been pretty good, able to box in that Aphelios. Yeah, I don't know what jungler they're going to end up with here. They can play a no, Lily's banned. It just got banned out, so that's off the table as well. If it's AP junglers, they basically have Karthus left. Maybe try to play a Viego, but definitely that's really not appealing into an Amumu now. So, yeah, I mean, just get some big, beefy guys, some team fight setup for this Aphelios for XG over there. It's going to be a Kayn. All right, so that's one that we don't see very often.
Yeah, the Kayn is solo queue devastator, not something you see in team-oriented League of Legends here. They're going to go ahead and round it out with the Nautilus, so they're going to flex it down into the bot lane. Tristana is going to be bottom, Lux is going to be mid, and so I believe that Talia is actually going to be the mid laner as well, and we have an Alistar to counter the Nautilus, so they get the counter pick for the bot lane there, so they're just going to be trying to survive. Meanwhile, the all-in potential obviously going to Trist. Nautilus, so much damage and setup there. Mid lane Lux is a solid champion. Yeatlov kind of spreading the support pool in the mid lane there. Makes a lot of sense now. So now we have just a really interesting draft. Typically aren't going to see something with a Kayn, Sion, and Tristana all in one game.
Yeah, it's like they almost have this really straightforward front-to-back team fighting comp, but then they've got the Tristana, right? They've got some interesting stuff. I mean, Tristana scaling is nothing to sneeze at, but when you're 5v5ing versus like a Amumu and Aphelios, I don't know, it could be tough. I think it really depends on if Xiao PP is able to get off the ground. I'm expecting he'll go red form this game to tear through the big tanky guys over there. See if he can, start shredding things apart, or if he gets shut down pretty early. I'm going to be watching him. That's going to be my big focal point as we get onto the Rift for this game, this best of 3 to open up the season. Let's go. head in and check this out. Look at that. These graphics, they're so good. And here we are onto the Rift, IDH versus XG.
Yeah, it looks like we have a bit of a stack in the top side. That Korean is Crystal for playing the Eddie carry role. We can't read it, but it was translated to us here as an interesting stack. The only reason why you would stack there is you would think that they're going to invade, but I don't see any reason for them to invade up here. And meanwhile, they're going to go ahead and come down. Now Blingo is in trouble.
I think he's just able to walk out of there. Flash from mainly Mailman, I think would be overstepping. They're both going to trade wards. Spoober could be walking into this Lux though, and Loaf is able to proc first strike, get a little bit of money. We'll spot the rest of the team out as they all exit. Yeah, maybe they did some scouting and had a hard read, but Xiao PP can
This is
get
not
out of here.
good. In trouble now.
Gets the blast cone taken. He's getting knocked up right in the middle of two people. He could just get autoed down to death, but we were trying to position to cut him off. Xiao PP can't get over the wall there with the Q. Okay.
This is taking so long though. This is bad for everybody. But very bad for Xiao PP, who in a delayed escape does go down eventually. And Manly Mailman does pick up the kill. Didn't start Q there. Would have sped up that kill process, but they do get it delayed and tried to cheeky start on the enemy Raptors and is heavily punished for it. I mean, you had no vision. You kind of just hoped that they wouldn't walk into that bush, and well, they did. And now your whole game plan is ruined.
Yeah, especially after they kind of saw all of them chasing through on the top side. I think that I don't really know what the thought process was there, but yeah, that's a tough one. Now you're kind of behind on tempo as Kane. You got spotted out by the Talia. Going to be a lot slower getting throughout this game, but I mean, at the very least, you're Kane. You can kind of make up for it later on. See how fast he gets to his form. Blingo up here on the top side, getting pretty low versus Spoobert. That empowered Phoenix Storm will be doing so much, and this is always what you have to watch out for when you're playing top lane versus this Udyr.
Yeah, the Udyr basically just pressures you just like this. You can't really do much about it. Interesting word there. Don't know what that catches, as Spoobert is going to be staying in lane, and they know that they're safe up there because guess what? Manly Mailman is invading a Kane as a Moo. This is some unheard of stuff here.
Yeah, it's really good. He knows that Kane got delayed. He can take away this buff. I mean, he's got that push in the top side. He has a Talia that can help move over as well. Spoobert just running around, just having some fun up here. Manly Mailman stayed for the Gromp, though. Is this overstaying? I think maybe
he smite.
Get the blue and get out of there. Yeah, he's got the smite, so probably okay.
There it is.
All right, perfect. He's got 2 camps stolen away from Xiao PP. They'll see each other on this top crab, and OTF has the first move, so Xiao PP has to be moving away here. He's going to get forced off of this crab. Going to be extra sad, had all of those camps taken away. Now we'll lose out on this crab as well. Got the smite.
Oh, they're backing out.
Everybody's backing off. Okay.
I think they had the advantage in that situation. A bit too scared of Yeetloaf, but I mean, as soon as they target CC anyone, it's going to be an easy knockback for OTF into presumably a kill there. So I don't think they had to play it so scared. Xiao PP gets away with it and is now going to be making an attempt on the other crab in full view and in broad daylight here. Is this going to be punished?
This is some jungle pathing. This is some jungle science we're witnessing right here. Mailman, now forced away by Xiao PP because Spartans has roamed up into the river. So good job from the support there, helping to cover for his jungle, helping to make up that CS gap. Now, for a short time, Xiao PP is in the lead until Mailman clears all these topside camps. But he'll have that. He'll be able to reset, get back in the map. He can choose to go back into the top side, get these grubs going, which would be really good if they split push with this Udyr. But he's gonna look for a gank. He's in full vision. I mean, Wave's in a good spot. I like looking for this, but pretty tough to get in there if you don't have your sweeper.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be spotted on your way in here. Looks like mid lane, they're about to trade TPs as we have top lane, full battle going down.
Yeah, Spoobert be stunning up Blingo. slowing him down with that Phoenix stance. He's got those Tiger autos as well, doing a little bit more. There's Smash, Blingo
Oh,
misses. Spoobert, he's okay with just leaving Scion over there at 100 HP. He knows he's got this wave to get back to and attend to, so he will be comfortable with this CS advantage that he's accruing. Already up to about 9, will continue growing. Got to feel pretty good. Top laner, you always love building those small incremental advantages.
yeah, and now they can stack that wave very nicely for a Grubs take if they so wish. Looks like our manly mailman is going to be backing here, and now Zhao PP doesn't have top prio, but is going to try to sneak away these Grubs. It is a bit risky if they get found out. The Udyr can definitely 1v1 Zhao PP. Yeatloaf is missing, so this is going to be some hints as to what's going on, but it looks like there is no challenge.
Yeah, I think they just managed to take him right out from under XG's noses here. Manly Mailman had a little bit of a delayed recall, has a tougher time getting back onto the map, but this means that XG can maybe prioritize Dragon at this point. I like looking for this from OTF, getting that wall straight on down there, attacking Spartans, and they will put him back to the fountain. Beautifully executed. You take the support, you take what you can get. No flash expended from Spartans either. He knew he was dead there, and this opens up, of course, the Dragon for Manly Mailman. And so, objective trade complete.
Yeah, it is going to be not entirely for free because Yeatloaf did get the mid wave in, and so that is sacrifice CS for OTF here, but they are going to get that overall objective trade, and that's going to help out their bot lane nicely, who, you know, arguably was struggling a little bit, not something that was crazy, but definitely a CS deficit and needed a little bit of help.
Now, see, we got McFeeds here looking for something in the mid lane. Knows he still has a little bit of time to roam before he's got to get back here and help out his AD carry. I think that's Crystal in Korean, right? That's what we said. And looks like XG's bot lane is just going to be taking some bases. They're going to lose out on some plating here potentially, especially with Tristana's bomb. I hope they're not afraid to step up. They're just going to recall instead. Okay. Yeah. I guess
sometimes it's just better to get the back off, especially since you have no items right now on this bot lane.
I was going to say, yeah, All Gucci must not have based for a very long time. 66 CS on the map, sitting there with that call. Now has the BF sword. I feel like I'm 4 years ago, all of a sudden, we're rushing BF sword as AD carry again.
Yeah.
You're in jail if you don't base with 1300 gold.
Do you remember the tech? I remember the tech. You would go BF, and then you would get a Zeal, and then you'd finish IE. Do you remember that? That's what it was before.
That was back in the day. I'll raise you one more. We had the BF sword, and we rushed the stacking Bloodthirster in Season 3, and that was how you got ahead in lane, because then they couldn't poke you out.
Yeah, the Bloodthirster heal go crazy. Blingo, I mean, look, we expected Blingo to have a hard time. Up here, that's just how it goes. Wait a minute, this Udyr has a Vamp Scepter. This is not a traditional build that we have here, Ultravox. It looks like this is a AD variant.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to build Blade of the Ruin King to try to counter the health stacking that Scion's W affords him. That's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, Leandre does the same, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. Does that percent health damage, so really interesting decision there. I feel like you already get so much sustain with Udyr's W as well, just the healing on the first 2 auto attacks, that you don't really need the lifesteal, but Spoobert, man, he's chefing it up today. He's in this kitchen. We'll see what he comes out with, whether or not it works or not. It's up 34 CS, so or 30 CS, excuse me. So he's doing something right up there, and so far so good.
Yeah, definitely doing their job right now. As it looks like Zhao PP trying to give Spoobert a hard time.
Yeah, and Spoobert, he's not got a lot of health. He's not long for this world either. They're going to combine ultimates and just take him right on down. Flash that Heartsteel. Perfect for the skin line. Will complete his first kill of the game and put IDH on the board, helping him stack up those red orbs as well. But here's the Weaver's Wall coming into the mid lane. They're going to stun up Yeatloaf. Yeatloaf flashing away. Zhao PP is now here. The final spark hits OTF, and Zhao PP reaps and slashes. But Manly Mailman finishes off the kill onto Yeatloaf and blast cones over the wall to escape. Teleport comes in. He's immediately going to look for this with Spoobert. Maybe. Nah, he's just walking in. He's showing. He wants to say hi to the cannon creep over there. Just let him know he's around. A lot of action as we had kills traded on both sides. I think it's good for Xiao PP. He wants to accelerate this game. Feed's going in here on the bottom side. He will
Okay.
stun up Spartans, but it won't result in much, even despite the red-white guns on the Aphelios.
Yeah, red-white is very dangerous early game here. As PP getting surrounded on both sides. Gonna smite one grub. Not making an escape.
Yeah, he's got 4. He can
Doing a good job.
He summons the one Grubling now, so he can just leave. But Spoobird is chasing after him. They're waiting. Yeetloaf here will stun up,
gets caught.
root up OTF, but now Manly Mailman is right here in the middle of both of them. The Blast Cone helps to disengage this. Blingo is the next target as he will get hit with the next bandage. Spoober trying to slow him down. He's winding up the slam, the stun, the root, all of that CC coming in on the Manly Mailman. Drops pretty low here, but he finally will go down. But once again, it's traded kills as Spoober is able to pick up 1, make it 2. He dodges the root as well, and will continue running out of here. A double kill for the top laner of XG. I think he lives as Yeetlove decides that they don't want to chase into this bush.
All right, I think Udyr can get 3. I think Spoober can. I think Udyr's just that strong early, but nice skirmish. Although honestly, the gold lead hasn't moved that much overall. Yeetloaf gonna get a combo. And power shields. Oh, look at that HP. That was 200 healing. Actually, 300 right there, almost in an instant. But is gonna force Spoober back here. No one gets the objective, and overall, it doesn't seem like anyone has gotten a foothold of this game.
Yeah, so IDH came out on top there. If we're talking purely in terms of objectives, they got the last grub they needed to spawn the grublings.
Yeah.
So I think that's at least really good for them. Now Manly Mailman and Xiao PP are here. They're going to get straight in on this. Aphelios knocked up with the depth charge. There's the Purple Trespass as Xiao PP is waiting inside of Aphelios, but will get rooted up, CC'd out. All Gucci still alive, still putting these shots into Manly Mailman, and finally they take him down. Xiao PP securing that one.
Oh!
But that's going to be the Moonlight Vigil. It will do a ton of damage. All Gucci living with just a sliver of HP as Xiao PP still fighting, still healing up with this Red Cane form. One more hook pulls McFeed's back towards the two of them, but Xiao PP cannot secure that one. McFeed's going to be able to get out of there, flashing away. Coming up huge for IDH on that counter gank. Very well played from them. They find themselves at a 2-kill advantage right there.
Yeah, they're gonna pick up some nice gold on the Xiao PP, who has a black cleaver, 200 gold bounty as well, and so doing very good in the jungle. And right now, Manly Mailman is in a bit of trouble in this jungle matchup. No way you can 1v1 the Kayn now that black cleaver is in play. And on top of that, can dive your backline, as we saw, just not hitting the ultimate in time, and that was enough threat on the Crystal. Now they're gonna get dove here under the dragon.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a
the
smite
steal
for Manly Mailman. He takes that one away. Xiao PP's over the wall, so is all Gucci. They get the dragon taken right out under their nose, but they're able to escape with their lives at the very least. I really respect Manly Mailman. You know, he is doing a tremendously brave job so far, just non-stop continuing to charge into the breach at the ridiculously strong Red Cane. I mean, you gotta respect a guy who does that.
Oh,
He's got the one shot. What
yeah.
are you gonna do? You got hit by the Q. It's over.
Yeah, OTF just got obliterated by the Mega Laser there.
only one kill at that point too, so only with the Ludens, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the Ludens. I forgot how it works, but I believe now the single burst is way better now. And so that's that item change coming into effect, and Crystal is not under threat. They're going for McFeeds.
Yeah, McFeed's super tanky though with the Alistair ultimate. He's going to be able to just walk this one off, shrugs off all that damage. Manly Mailman cannot hit the bandage toss, but can the Weaver's Wall do anything? Xiao PPC stunned up in this minefield of rocks. Now he's sitting inside of Talia. He will try to dash out of there. Yeetloaf has arrived, trying to put some more damage onto McFeed's. Bomb goes off. McFeed's at about a quarter of his HP. Yeetloaf fishing for these Qs. Spoober, what happened to him on the other side? He's limping away right there. Limping at a cheetah's pace. He's incredibly fast just with that sliver of HP. He must have got his ass beat in that 1v1, but yeah, Blingo's missing almost no HP.
Well, I'll just watch family friendly.
Doing him any favors.
Family friendly, family friendly. It is a Hydra, as we got that figured out. But guess who's just caught up in CS? That's right, Blingo just caught up into CS of Spoobert here, and that is going to be first turret going down to all Gucci and Spartans on the bot side. JPP trying to make a good attempt here, as yeah, as you were saying about this top lane obliteration.
Yeah, I think that things have started to really swing back into Blingo's favor. I thought that, Spoobert, like you said, played a fantastic early game, 30 CS up at one point. If it was Leandri's game, maybe it's a completely different world, but, I mean, he just looks kind of sad up here with this lowered HP bar and Ravenous Hydra in his inventory. I'm
Yeah.
a little
So
sad
what
for him.
about this? We're letting Spoobert cook, and he cooked up
Uh,
a Hydra for us. How do you
right.
like the taste of this? I'm not feeling it.
So it clears the wave really fast, but that means that he needs to do other stuff after he's cleared the wave. So he's got to go and like take Herald. He's got to go and like gank mid somehow or something. But he can't just sit up here and try to 1v1 Blingo ad nauseum because that's not going to work, especially with this Bramble vest
Especially
that
now.
Blingo now purchased. This is only going to get worse and worse. I mean, yeah, he stuns him up. He's got a lot of damage. Okay, I mean, okay, he's kind of cooking. I don't know. He's kind of this is pretty good, but
I mean, you can't fight Udyr in the wave with a Hydra. I mean, that's
yeah,
just ridiculous.
absolutely not. Now that Xiao VP's here, I think it's all over. Yeah, he gets knocked up, stunned up. It's signed, sealed, delivered. Straight back to your base.
The problem with any damage-oriented build, especially like Hydra, is once you're CC'd, you're dead, just like Gucci!
But he's got the cleanse, and the rocket jump to safety. That's why we packed that summoner spells, boys and girls. That's why we take our get out of jail free card when we can. Looking pretty good right there. Yeah, so
that was a
also
close
looking
one.
at Gucci's inventory, they took a pit stop after that BF sword and instead went for the Navari Flicker Blades, which is super good on Tristana. I love this. Constantly have Q's attack speed buff up and can put out bombs nonstop.
Yeah, kind of similar to the old build here being reinvented, and that makes a lot of sense for the Tristana. Also, just going to be able to destroy turrets in the blink of an eye, as we've seen 2 times here. And that is 3 turrets down because Blingo, with the assistance of Zhao PP, knocked down top turret as well. And so this gold lead has shot up quite a decent amount, about 5k here. And this is exactly what IDH needs to take over this game. That gold lead is pretty much their early game goal, and they've hit it accordingly.
Yeah, they're very far ahead, I would say, at this point. I mean, sure, XG has 2 dragons, but it's really tough to keep team fighting at this point when you're 5k down. Really tough to team fight with Udyr here, whereas Sion is going to be much, much more effective as they're able to get him to join these fights. Setting up for the next one. It's going to be up in about 15 seconds here. Manly Male Mailman, he's on the other side of the map. He decides, we don't even need Dragon. We've already got 2 of them. Let's just go gank Sion. We're going to try to help out our chef top laner. And let's see, are they going to be able to get in there onto him? No. He will just ult out of there. If you ask me, it's a pretty big waste of time. I don't think you get a lot out of ganking Sion here. I think you can get the top tier one, but I think you'd rather fight for a 3rd Drake. So, not sure I agree with Manly Male Mailman and his call right here, unfortunately.
Yeah, hard to know who exactly is making the call here. They do give up mid-wave CS. That's looking like 2 waves being dropped. And on the other side, IDH are not dropping any waves. And so in terms of, is this a good play?
Oh.
Spooper also going to go down.
It's a
Elo
disaster
just
now.
absolutely sniping people now. And yeah, the play, we were questioning if it was worth it in the first place. And now it's a resounding no.
It's just so bad at this point. You invest your jungle time up there, you have your mid laner roam up, Sion just ults away at basically no HP cost either, and then Spoober walks too far forward and gets one shot, so that's pretty sad. XG, I don't know, it's looking like it's dire straits for them at this point. Maybe at this time in the game, they have to consider about what went wrong here. How can they shore this up in the next game? But I would say it's not quite over yet. They still have some avenues into it. Big team fight with Mumu. Big Aphelios time.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. In a minute. Oh, it misses just barely. They're
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
go
know
for
who.
it, but Blingo just knows. Yeah, I only have to dodge the CC. I don't have to dodge anything else. Walks
Yeah,
out
it
there.
just.
But something I do want to point out: a big deal here is IDH have not built any tenacity, and XG have full CC on everybody. Not a single champion does not have CC here, and so if
Mhm.
they do get caught out, if a big ultimate does hit, they don't have a proper defensive tool outside of the cleanse to really mitigate that, and so even though they have this huge gold lead because of the lack of tenacity, there is still an avenue for XG to win this game. I don't normally say that, but just because I'm seeing barely any tenacity, now they're starting to be built, but on the carries, there's nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I think that it's definitely in the realm where you can one-shot people in team fights. Xiao PP trying to do exactly that to Spoobert. Doesn't quite one-shot him, but he'll get there eventually. He's got that solo kill. Hardly any sweat from him. He's still half HP. Now looking at the Baron. He's going to head over the wall. Start to attack McFeeds. Going to get that knock up. That pull back from Spartans helps to further lower the support's HP bar, but he's pretty tanky right here. Big knock up onto Aphelios. He's CC'd forever. Crystal has to flash away, and now that's another kill as Mailman falls down. Blingo, he's invincible. He's frontlining for
Oh,
his team. He's going to tank all of that. Big knockouts, the Buster Shot
doesn't
pushes
get it.
everybody away. Heal is expended to make sure that both of them stay alive, but IDH is convincingly winning every conflict so far on the map. They're going to crash this Herald straight into the mid lane turret. Looking at Spoobird as he charges down the mid lane, ready to assist his team. The second Herald charge coming in onto this mid turret. They will get exactly that and blow it up, thanks to Tristana. Looks like the inhibitor will be going down as well. As IDH, they've gotten so much here. 3 kills.
Oh my god, it's still alive.
Yeah, can he drift this? Can he drift it? Can he drift it?
Oh,
Oh, he's
oh,
going.
wait, no.
Okay. Around the wall? No.
Oh, you
Oh,
definitely
too
needed to
bad.
set up the turn there if you wanted to make it around that corner. Ooh, stung in the land.
That's a tough one. Yeah,
That is a tough one.
Mailman, he's going to get rooted out. He can't make this any further
Okay.
in. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you lost your top laner in that fight. If you're XG, you lost your top laner early on. You kind of had your support face checking for vision, and then it was all just a big snowball effect from there. Heatloaf gonna
Yeah.
chunk out McFeeds as well, make it even more intimidating for him.
And I mean, it's going to be incredibly difficult to kill Xiao PP. Has quite a good amount of tankiness in the two bruiser items, plus, very importantly, has the Merc Treads to mitigate all that CC, and then can use that to hop onto someone's body real quick, get more HP, pop back out. Be very annoying for the carries of XG here. And with this gold lead, they could just easily win it front to back right now. Don't have to worry about doing anything fancy. They could. That just makes it even better if they do find a nice flank on the side. But with the Scion, just send Scion down the front line, and I don't really see many ways you lose a team fight if that's the case.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I'm trying to think about if if you're XG, how do you get back into this game? I think that you have to look at where Yeetloaf is standing and try to play around your Talia wall there. But hold on,
Oh,
Spoober.
Spoopert.
I mean, I don't even know what he's doing at this point. Does he get out of this? Absolutely not. Luxalt misses. It doesn't even matter. He's vibing. He's going around. He's trying to find.
Thought he
some
smelled
fighting
something in the
condition.
jungle, and it was a Scion. Did find him, but unfortunately, that meant that Spoobert was the food in that
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I think if you are XG and you want to get back into this game, you have to look at where Yeetloaf is standing because it's impossible to get a Weaver's Wall into Tristana. Getting a Weaver's Wall into Scion does nothing. You have to be looking at this Lux, but if they're staying grouped up with their team, I mean, it's so hard. Felios can't even like walk up to clear wave here. We'll just have Spartans tank this turret. They've got the grubs. They're going to clear it all out. Shall PP soloing the dragon the entire time. Now they've got two.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it looks nigh impossible because they haven't burned any flashes from Heatloaf or All Gucci. Looks like Feed's trying to get the combo there.
Oh,
Doesn't get
no.
it. Gets a nice
Okay.
ball in the face. Oh, here we go.
Big Amumu ult, but there's not really a whole lot of follow-up here as Eatloaf takes down Mailman. Xiao PP
That one.
gets stunned up, and it will get bursted down by OTF and Spoobert. That Ravenous Hydra finally came in clutch, but OTF steps too far forward. That dredge line connects, and all Gucci cleans up that kill. Now the bot lane turret is the next one to fall, followed shortly by the bot lane inhibitor. Super minions are being kept at bay by Spoobert, but will not stop the rest of IDH from destroying all these structures around the bottom side. Blingo even sticks around for a few extra creeps just to say goodbye.
You know you're doing really well when your Tristana jumps in stunned behind the enemy turret and nothing happens.
I mean, you're just allowed to do it. Everybody's so strong. They killed Melee, right? They're getting in on this Talia. I mean, it is. Man,
you've really nailed his name now.
Thank you.
You haven't messed it up for quite some time, and I'm upset.
You get into a rhythm about it. You can do it too. Give it a shot.
Mailman, manly male.
Okay. All right, we're gonna workshop that one. We'll talk between the games and we'll figure it out. But yeah, we're watching this fight back.
Here's the moment.
Yeah.
Ready? Oh, we don't get to see it. All right. Chris is trying to be nice. Okay, so we don't get to see that moment there. As the Baron's being set up, we had to cut away for this. We're seeing IDH take the Baron, and with 2 inhibs down, I don't think you can manage much of a defense here.
Yeah, I think Manly Mailman wants to try to get in there for a steal. That was a smooth dodge. He's getting chased out by multiple members of IDH. Can he even make it into the pit? The Baron's still at 4,000. He just gives his life as a martyr. He's trying to do anything to bring his team back into this game. It's so sad. He cannot get it done. Ah, man.
Yeah.
Now with Baron, all that IDH has to do is they just have to stand in XG's base. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, they only need to walk down this top lane here. Auto push in the mid and bot lane, and this game is just over. Just taking a little bit to finish out here. Blingo walking around with almost 5k HP, getting pretty close here. And I mean, they could hop on the Scion, but it might take too long to kill him.
Yeah, I think that
okay, they're doing it. Here we go.
Maybe they think they have it with the LDR finished for Phelios with this Leandries for Talia, but I mean, Blingo is just so tanky. He's got so much stacked up. He even barely has any Heartsteel stacks. I mean, he rushed Sunfire, so only gets stronger from here.
Actually, a smart buy, because the Udyr is just hard pushing him in, and Sunfire lets you clear. Makes a lot of sense, so I like Blingo's build ideas. Mid inhib did respawn. Ooh, that was an attempt.
Yeah, now Spoobert trying to take down Blingo. Spoobert, he managed to do half his HP with his burst combo, but I mean, that's about it. It's looking a little bit like the Colossal Titan at the walls here. This Blingo's unstoppable. He just is distracting the top laner here as the fight breaks out of the top side. It's a kill that goes over onto Xiao BP as Crystal takes him down, but Spartan's now trying to walk this one out. I think that Yeet Loaf has overstepped, but they managed to flash away. Spoobert here is forced off the waves. I think these picks have done a lot to help XG stay in it, but OTF eats that root. It will pay the price. Still not looking too good. These Baron minions are doing a number on these structures. Now the dredge line hits onto the Aphelios. Spartans pays with his life for it, but this makes it that much more threatening for them to step forward and threaten Olaguchi and Yeetlov, the real carries. Now that Zhao PP is not there, they're not even hitting the Nexus. They just want some kills. They're bloodthirsty all the way. Spoober's trying to get on out of there. He dodges the advancing train car, but he's just sitting there on the wave. Okay, there's the Ravenous Hydra healing. I mean, he just needs a Baroned up creep wave to have enough HP to do that, right? So it was all planned for this moment in the game.
What is going on?
This is it. He left his wave behind. What's he doing?
No, the game is not over. IDH are trolling us. They rather go for kills. Okay, TPing back in. Yeah, there's Blingo, full fun. HP.
Yeah, Tristana's here. Oh, there's the big damage from the final spark. They almost one-shot OTF. Shut down, though, as Crystal picks that one up. Now, what was that damage? That Heartsteel block, that was insane. He almost full one-shot him. Blingo. Man, this guy's nuts. This guy's crazy.
Yeetloaf there. A bit, you wouldn't say a quiet performance on the Lux, but actually just straight up does the most damage in the game. More than 2 members of XG combined there, and that looked like a bit of the rumbling on the Rift. as IDH just absolutely slam XG in the first game.
You said it, brother. XG struggling here. I mean, you know, we saw some good points. I think that, you know, I like this Talia combo. I think if they're using it in spots that aren't the Scion, it could be a lot more effective. I'm really excited to see what they're going to come up with in this next game. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with Game 2 of this Best of 3 series to open up Conqueror League. We'll be right back.
side to side. Peekaboo, I see you, peekaboo, I see you. Looking at me, looking at you. Hold up, where you going? What you doing? Who you seeing? What you need? What you want? I said, without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. One time from side to side.
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow, moving with the motion, following the light that sets me free.
All right, and here we are back with Game 2 of Conqueror League's opening match for this week. I'm very excited. We had a banger between IDH and XG. They're going to be swapping up the sides this time. I'm excited to see what they come back with for the draft here. I know that Spoorer, Manly Mail, Mailman, they kind of struggled a little bit in that last game. So, any predictions for what they're going to come up with, Crims?
I'm still leaning to ADH. I think that overall, as a team, they looked a little more practiced, a little more put together there. Zhao PP, I said, was a banger of a jungler. Besides the level 1 disaster, which, by the way, is totally, would totally throw a game normally, was able to come back due to the help of the team and was then able to carry the rest of it out. Yeetloaf in the mid lane looked really good on the Lux. Maybe some targeted bans for Yeetloaf might be in the future for XG. But other than that, yeah, I think they did really good. All Gucci was able to pressure bot lane, nothing game winning, but was able to provide that pressure with Spartans. And so I think they looked good.
Yeah, I mean, I have absolutely zero complaints with IDH and how they played it. I thought that everybody had some great moments to shine. Xiao PP obviously super strong through the early game, and All Gucci doing a lot to those turrets. Spartans setting everything up throughout the team fights, and we saw Yeet Love just have some raw one shots. So yeah, IDH, they are setting a high bar. It's up to XG. The onus is on them to come up with something to defeat this this Titan ahead of them. So I don't know. I thought that the Amumu could have been good. If they
Yeah.
want to be more team fight oriented, they certainly can be. Um, they definitely need to
I think
not.
it's mostly in the early game that things
Yeah,
went wrong.
they did
So
not fall as far behind for sure.
Yeatloaf didn't build first item Merc Tread, so that immediately to me was a weak point on the team of IDH, but no ganks or skirmishes around the Talia or Lux. Talia did roam down, but that's just sacrificing waves on their own to make those plays for OTF, so wasn't really able to generate much of a lead. And they had the strength and power in Spoober early. We had this 30 CS top gap, but it wasn't capitalized on. Manly Mailman had bit of an issue getting into that top side and taking over. And so I really think that it was predominantly the early game that was soured for XG Saturn here.
Yeah, yeah. I just yeah, I think that if they can play through Spoobert strong early game and maybe have him on something that helps contribute that lead a little bit more towards the team, I think that could be awesome there. Maybe helps roam down and attack Yeatloaf exactly like you were saying. I think that could be really great. I also thought that they kind of just ignored their 2 dragon lead in the mid game, and that could have been an avenue to help them get a lot stronger and maybe close things out if they were able to get those next 2 drakes. But again, that's a pretty tall order too. So I thought their early Drake priority was great. I think Drake is really strong, and it's difficult to really capitalize on Grubs as a split pusher at this level. But I mean, it's good. It's possible. It depends on what characters you draft, right, and what your win condition ends up being in your composition. Overall, I find Dragon and just raw team fighting to be a lot easier to execute on, though.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot easier. They didn't even get Grubs really. IDH were the one who picked it up, and they had the Scion as well as the Tristana, which actually was a bit of a boost in their turret capabilities early. They were able to take about 3 right around the same time. And so, yeah, they just didn't really play around with any of the advantages that they had. And they shied away from that first skirmish. And I'm wondering, what's their confidence level coming in? Because Talia Amumu, I feel like he just one-shot anyone. So are they feeling confident? Are they not sure of their power and strength in the early game?
Yeah, I think that I think what ended up happening is Mainly Mailman ended up running into Xiao PP a lot of times just on that bot side, right? We saw at least 2 different instances where both junglers collapsed in the same area, and it was Xiao PP that ultimately won out. So I think that first instance of that counter gank just really set the pace of the game. It was so tough for Mainly Mailman to find an opening then. I think they couldn't detach themselves from their pathing in such a way that they were avoiding Xiao PP and just ended up in a lot of the same spots, and so was of course a lot weaker. But I think if that situation kind of happens again, I knew what they were trying to do because they stole away those 2 camps in the early game and felt stronger, right? They had the push, and then it just kind of evaporated. So then they might feel like, okay, well maybe we can still be strong in other parts of the map. Xiao PP is behind, right? He's technically down a camp or 2, but he ended up getting those crabs. Mainly Mailman couldn't base enough fast enough to get onto the map and get to that grub fight. So I mean, things just kind of went downhill after that. It was difficult for Mainly Mailman to get back on tempo.
Yeah, definitely had a bit of tempo issue. And credit to Xiao PP for playing out the game beautifully.
Of course, yeah. I thought the Kayn was good. I mean, I think Kayn is a great champion at this level. I think he's really difficult to deal with, and especially when people like to draft team fighting stuff, you just kind of chomp on him with your big % HP damage. So I wonder if that's going to get banned coming up here, and what it could be substituted with.
Yeah, definitely got some Kayn bans in the past, so we'll see if they're going to reprise that in this season as well here. So as you said, we have the sides swapped, and so are we going to see the Skarner ban again? I would say, if you are following the meta, that's a yes.
I'm following it, so let's hope they are too. IDH, yeah, we'll have to see what they come up with. I think they banned it second last time. They got this big prio on the Vi to take it away from Merman, the Kai'Sa and the Shen, so actually you really don't want to play it versus heavy dive. It's kind of like a stylistic indicator. They don't want to deal with those characters. And I mean, maybe Olguchi's just goaded on the Kai'Sa too, but Kai'Sa's a surprising one. She's not that strong right now.
Yeah, Kai'Sa is in a bit of a weird spot where the new buffs really didn't help any of her builds because she likes to do the hybrid. She's typically good when the crit builds suck. And so now the crit builds are here, she is not going to be making much of a presence. Jinx, on the other hand, is very prominent with the crit builds. And we do see the Lux ban, and I think that this is a smart idea. You want to collapse the Eat Loaf's champion pool a little bit. Could be a weakness that they have. And Ashe, it doesn't happen in game 1, but in game 2, we get an Ashe.
All right, just like I said, Ashe, fantastic character. All the utility available in the AD carry role while still having premier levels of damage. I'm going to match it with the Ziggs. Okay, so this could be bot, this could be mid. I like that. IDH has been super flexible in their drafts. They've non-stop picked characters that can go into multiple lanes, and I think that is so valuable for their strategies here. It's going to be the Ornn, instantly locked in. Blind pick Ornn for Blingo. He's confident on these tanks.
Yeah, the Ornn coming straight out. I like it into the Ashe, as well as with the Ziggs. Be weird to see an Ornn Ziggs bot lane, but we're going to have one of the best counters in the game against Ornn. It's Aatrox here for Spoobert, and I'm sure that there's going to be a great force in the top lane. Nocturne comes out, is good into the Ziggs, but picking it blind here, you could end up in a very bad matchup, but does open up avenues for a invisible Ashe arrow to sail across the map, or a nice Aatrox flank. Sylas picked up early here, and this does give counter pick to the side of XG in the mid lane.
Yeah, they have the opportunity to get something in on the Sylas. What can they pick here that would be good? I mean, don't want to give a good ultimate. Fizz, maybe. I think
Fizz is
Zoe
really
could be
good.
good, right? Like, is that good versus Ornn though? I'm not sure.
I think Orianna is good against Sylas.
I like that one. Yeah, it's tough for him to get in there and deliver the ball. He kind of has to sombrero himself. I totally agree with that.
Azir, but Azir's kind of weak into Ziggs and Ornn, so you don't want to pick Azir here. So anyone who could tough it out and really brawl is going to be a great mid laner here. I don't know. Maybe if you're crazy, you just pick Garen or something. Who knows?
Garen's pretty sick. You could go like Zac mid if you're feeling crazy too. That's a pretty bad ult, pretty sick with the team comp. You follow up on the Nocturne. I mean, yeah, I think the big problem I'm seeing with XG's comp is that if Nocturne gets too far ahead of everybody, it's gonna be difficult for them to catch up. A frontliner eats the Ashe arrow if it's Nocturne going in by himself, and Aatrox, of course, you mentioned it before, has to rely on this flank to get in. Braum also not doing a lot to assuage that feeling. That's a character that kind of wants to play back, play defensively, right? I mean, sure, he jumps forward, but still kind of tough for me.
Oh, there we go.
Galio, that's the one. That's what I want to see. That's beautiful right there. And
Galio Nocturne. A great combo, as well as the Braum. So the final 3 picks here for XG are absolutely excellent, because it not only gives you the ability to prevent them from diving in with the Nautilus, Sylas, Ornn, right? That's their only avenue of winning fights, is just full pile in. Braum's going to provide that protection. Galio can as well. And then if you ever need to throw it into the engage, you just get your Nocturne ult down and send them straight into the Ziggs, who has not many defensive tools against a Nocturne. And so for this second draft here, I think XG come away with a huge win in this draft. This is an Omega draft if.
I think this draft looks fantastic. Is this right? Is this alignment right? We have Graves mid and a Sylas jungle? Okay. Alright, that's the spicy one, yeah. So they have a Graves to counterpick this Galio. Does this change things? I mean, that sounds like a pretty brutal lane for Galio.
It does sound like a brutal lane. Sylas into Nocturne is not good though.
Agreed, yeah.
Graves into Nocturne is a lot better. A lot better. So I guess they're picking their poison here. It's
Right,
not
right.
like Silas doesn't dominate Gallia, but like he can survive while the rest of the team does something. But I guess they rather have the power in Meatloaf this game, and they're gonna say Zhao PP try to survive, avoid the Nocturne, and find ganks somewhere else on the map.
All right, well, that's going to be doing it for draft. Are we ready to get into this game? Oh, okay, so not quite ready yet. We're going to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, ProComps. ProComps is a third-party draft tool that helps you create the perfect draft for you and your team during the draft live. It allows you to import a custom champion pool and champion tier list, and will give you live recommendations based on what your opponents have picked, based on what your teammates have picked. It can give ban recommendations. It helps you tailor your draft to be perfect for whatever situation you're playing. It already has over 200,000 downloads and thousands of daily active users. It's very easy to use and compatible with other third-party apps. Highly recommend it. They sponsor our show. They are a great app, and they'll help give you the edge in your next draft. So go to procomps.gg, download it from Overwolf, and check it out. But make sure to check it out after we finish off Game 2 here, as we get on the Rift with XG versus IDH once again.
Yeah, and no download time at all, just straight away, as this game has started up straight away here. So in the top side, really expecting Spoobird again to take a huge lead against Blingo XD. And so I'm looking this time for a manly male mailman to play towards that top side. Flip it over to the bot side as well. Lots of angles with their matchup. Ashe is so dominant early. Braum as well. So playing to the two outer lanes and just letting Galio feel the brunt of this Graves is going to be the factor. OTF, you're not going to carry this game. I know you're probably well aware of that, but so no, I don't want to see that much attention in this mid lane here. I want to see Manly Mimman play to the sides.
I mean, I think playing to the sides is great. Galio helps set things up too. I mean, if you see it, just go for it. Helps lock him down. But yeah, Manly Male Mailman is set up to have a fantastic game here on this Nocturne. Xiao PP, got to be looking at him too. Silas needs to get ahead in the early game, needs to find these early kills. He's going to be starting on this top side, so it could be a level 3 top gank to try to put Spoobird behind. Depends on how this wave state goes. If Spoobird pushes too hard, be disastrous. Going to be dependent on the matchup and how they decide to play it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if they can survive. As both junglers here, looks like they're going to be pathing towards bot side. Ashe Braum do take advantage in bot lane. Surprise to no one here. I wish they played a little more aggressively. Braum and Ashe are such a killer duo. Special level 1, level 2. Hard to beat these champions. They're some of the best level 1 champions in the game. And I really want to see them take the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, I think they have the opportunity to be really aggressive here, especially if they had gotten to lane early. They could have set up in that bush, but time has passed. Instead, it's up to Crystal on this Ashe to build up the CS lead, which they're already doing quite well. Sigs needs some levels, needs that lost chapter before they're able to perma shove these waves. So for the time being, this is where Crystal and McFeeds have to build up the advantage and make it difficult for all Gucci to play later on.
Yeah, looks like they're pushing in bot side here. They're going to hit level 3 first, I think. Looks like it's coming soon. There it is. As it is going to be matched. No aggression just yet. Both junglers. Silas is not the best clearer, so is actually significantly behind. Didn't go for an instant level 3 gank either. And so now Zhao PP is just going to be here late.
They also saw him with Hawkshot. Yeah, Manly Male Mailman knows that he's pretty
There's
far
the aggression
ahead in tempo, and they're going to be able to stun out Spartans. Manly Male Mailman is right here. Doesn't manage to get the fear. Spartans is flashing away. That's a ton of HP lost from the IDH support. Summoner Spell gone as well. Great job to Manly Male Mailman for identifying that opportunity and taking advantage of it before Xiao PP was able to get in there. And yeah, just like you were saying, and we were saying before, no level 3 gank, that's not really what I want to be seeing with this Silas here. You need to be doing something to get ahead early. You're going to get outcleared by this Nocturne consistently. OTF maybe even wants to step up to stop this crab take, but going to be a little bit tough. Either way, not good for Xiao BP so far.
Yeah, and Spartans has no flash now as well. So that's a nice target. A regank is in the works.
Yeah, but the
Nice
dredge line
hook.
connects to the turret. Spider-Man's out of there.
Dude, imagine if Manly Mailman flashed into the hook with his spell shield.
That would have
That
been
would be
insane.
a manly play, wouldn't it be?
It would be a manly male play, and he'd be delivering the kill to his teammates. So in a sense, a manly mailman
that'd be
play.
such a mailman play. Yeah, that needs to be a thing immediately. Ooh,
Oh, you got Crystal dropping pretty low, taken down with the ignite flash forward. Oh, we cannot get away from the bomb. First blood goes over to All Gucci. Spartans and All Gucci immediately turning this one around. And then you look at all that time invested to the bot lane, and you're like, what was it for, though?
what was it all for? As I mean, again, they lose the advantage in bot lane. All Gucci going with the first strike as well, so that's not even lane focused zigs that you typically would see. Rome coming in, Elif doesn't get tagged, and
Nice
now
MVP.
OTF.
He could have slid in there, could have gone for the chains. I don't know if he has enough damage to follow it up. Could be scared of manly mailman too. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that IDH did a great job cleaning that one up. Now Ziggs has the Lost Chapter, a Dark Seal as well, so a lot of early game power right now. Can shove waves ad
Oh,
nauseam.
that's a steal.
Oh, he stole it! Oh my god, what a manly male play!
That's a mailman play right there. As I mean, it is a nice steal way. It does hurt to lose the big raptor like that. Oh, wait a
100%.
minute, Yeet Loaf getting a punch in the face.
Yeah, gets
Getting
a lot
two.
of damage. I like
They
it.
really did improve the Galio combo. That is a nice bit of damage here. And while Graves is supposed to win this matchup purely because range versus melee does not like magic damage.
Yeah, but also AD versus Galio does not like AD damage.
That's true. They don't like each other's damage.
Yeah.
Is it even?
I think it's about even. It's about even. Yeah, I liked what Crystal had going on there, getting a little bit aggressive, kind of stepping up. He's got the Berserker Greaves. Wasn't able to base with BF Swords, so he's in the Berserker Greaves dungeon for now. And that's going to feel a little bit bad, a little bit lacking on the damage. But we'll still be able to set up these ganks quite well. Manly Male Mailman slips in the bottom side. They're going to spot him out on the ward. He just channels this recall. Just smart. Anticipates that it could
Yeah.
be. Oh, Blingo.
Oh, here we go. Blingo. Wait, Spooper did use the World Ender, so not available here. And I think, unfortunately, for Manly Male Mailman here, doesn't get the counter jungle to punish this Grubs take either. And
Yeah.
just, that's unfortunate. They don't have the map read on where Zhao PP is.
Not at all, and Xiao PP even takes a little pit stop to take this crab. I don't think he wants to give the notification away, so he can get the crab, gets the camp. Manly Male Man,
Two Grubs.
yeah, doesn't even step up to the grubs there, despite having all of his teammates available. I don't know what's going on. I think you just...
They see that the crab is down. That's why.
Yeah,
But now they figured it out. The jig is up. And Zhao PP was able to steal away two Grubs.
Yeah, so either side can still get the Grublings spawn. Neither one gets the max Grublings, but that's okay. One does a lot still. We're seeing Crystal down here taking a ton of poke damage. All Gucci and Spartans have them right where they want them. If you're playing Ziggs, there's no better spot to be than trapping your opponent right at their turret. And so Crystal's going to have a tough time from here out. I think they've lost their window, really, to be ahead.
Yeah, and just start poking away. Consistently, once you get that wave pressure, it's free poke time, and it looks like that is the case here. As hook and bomb go wide, as they have their jungler in the AO, and it looks like they're gonna try to take dragon here. Not the best dragon taking squad. Oh, here we go, a little bit of engage.
Hex Flash in, Dredge
And
Line
it's a
goes
miss.
wide, hits the creeps. That's okay. Yeah,
They're just trying to get
advised.
pressure. They just
Yeah,
want to get the
exactly.
wave in.
So that Xiao BP can solo this dragon, and he will do it incredibly slowly because he
This
is,
must be
of
new.
course, Silas.
Yeah, this is the new Silas in action. Old Silas would lose to dragon.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, he did
So-
get a few buffs. Able to get that one though. A little bit of help from the friends. That's okay. Yeah, I mean that's one of the one of my least favorite junglers to take early objectives with. I mean it is so astronomically slow.
Yeah, it does feel like a waste of time. The mobs, everything just feels like a massive punching bag, and you just don't have enough stamina. Ooh, engage coming out. There's the arrow.
There we go. Nocturne's going to be flying into Manly Mailman, getting right on in their dredge line to the turret. But that's going to be the Nocturne Q to finish that one off. Shao PP arriving on the scene. He's going to steal away the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Oh.
That was almost the play you were talking about before. He almost did the thing where he
Well, hold
flashes in
up.
front of the CC, but I mean, double flash. means
That's
that somebody
that's
has to
for a
go down.
different reason. That's to stop Nautilus from getting away. That's
Yeah. It's like it's the flash spell shield though. He's got the spirit. It was basically correct.
Who
They
gets
can kite this
tagged?
out. They can kite this out, but it's a flash forward from Xiao PP. One more auto stuns. Xiao PP has to walk away now as Manly Mailman re-enters
Ooh,
the
that's
lane.
close.
He lands the Dustbringer, channeling the fear. Xiao PP trying to heal up a little bit with the Kingslayer, but it's not going to be enough as Manly Mailman secures that kill. Mid lane, still trading back and forth, but showing up big. Manly Mailman getting down there, getting in on the action, using his ult as soon as he's level 6. Going to be leveling up from that as well, so very,
Yeah,
very
how
well
many-
played.
How many ways can we trade the emphasis on Manly Mailman? There's so many ways. Very good gank from the side of XG here. They're gonna send all of their CC into this Nautilus, but it does work out. They do pick up the kill. They were going for Ziggs, but they'll take the support kill here. And this is where you have to be very careful at Xiao PV, because if McFeeds has his Q up, if they have their spell rotation, it's almost impossible here. Nice little 1v1 in the mid lane as well as top lane. Ooh, Spooper getting quite low. But in that bot side, the regain from Xiao PP just not respecting the ability of
Flash forward
Manly.
for that.
Whoa, gets the kill! In the meantime,
Bingo flash.
here we go. This is just a step too far. Like, you know, Nocturne just was in this area. Now you use all your movement to go for a gank that was never going to go your way. And here we go. Return to the bot lane.
Seen it again. Return to the Kings, baby. Crystal trying to get in and run down this Ziggs, but Xiao PP, guess what? He's back. Crystal still alive. It's going to be McFeeds taking the brunt of this damage. Can he make it out? He's got just a
Oh,
sliver of
Galio!
HP. The Galio arrives just in time like the hero he is. He's knocking up the opponent. Xiao PP taking some damage the next target, but they don't have anything to follow that up. OTF from downtown salvages the play for his team. Now Spoober to Manly Mailman will dive out. Bingo, but TP from Yeetloaf trades at least one back. He's flashing forward onto Manly Mailman.
Oh, another TP.
Yeah, TP in response. The collateral damage goes wide. That would have been the kill, but Yeetloaf misses it. He fumbles the bag as Nocturne flies away behind the safety of his own turret.
Okay, that was a lot of action in the last couple of minutes there. So a nice bot side save from OTF. Actually, top side save as well. Does TP just all over the map, just teleporting
Yeah.
and using that ultimate here. Xiao PP is low though, so I think you should not go for this. Another TP just to secure this, as it looks like on the top side, Yeetloaf gets the wave in. They're going to sacrifice a lot, but they're going to get 4 grubs out of this one, uncontested. Nice wins picked up on both sides of the map. They get the dive for Spoobert, and they defend on the bot side. And now the power of the Braum is showing, because even in that 2v3, even though Braum almost died, McFeeds is going to be able to survive just long enough. And then the turnaround with the Galio Nocturne that I was talking about. The Galio is just so good for that turnaround engage, and you can see the value there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, this Galio pick, I wanted to see him pull it off. They managed to pull off the defensive combo. That's like the Nocturne, not even a required one. So cannot wait to see OTF getting in on these team fights when he follows up on Manly Mailman's delivery of Nocturne's own body onto the enemies. So it's gonna be great. It only gets better from here for XG. They're
Yeah.
gonna
What
continue
is
to scale.
Nocturne's like champion description or title? Because they should just change it to like the flying missile or something. Because that's what he is.
Certainly, and especially so in this case, right? He's just gonna launch himself, he yeets himself at the opponents.
The ICBM Nocturne, like that's
Ziggs
just what
better
he is.
watch his Yordle butt. Better stand far behind that Nautilus here. But
Yeah.
this is only going to get better. Like I was saying, they almost have the combo up in time for Dragon to spawn. I think it's just a few more seconds on OTF's ultimate there, and Manly Mailman just pops it right away. Gets in on the mid lane. The Graves is already CC'd up. They're gonna keep auto attacking him.
Ooh, no
Can't
damage.
quite take him down. Wait, this is a disaster all of a sudden. This is really bad. OTF tries to Justice Punch out of there, but he will get taken down by Yeetloaf. It's a knockup on a Manly Mailman.
Ooh, it was close.
Knockup doesn't quite connect. Xiao PP can't follow up either. Yeah, they went really deep for Yeetloaf there and just didn't have the damage.
Yeah, Graves was able to tank up with the grittiness and was able to escape that situation. I didn't want to see any ganks mid lane. I really don't think that was advisable here. Spoobert, World V1, World Ender, Blingo trying to get out of there. Oh, nice dodge. 2,
Just walking
3.
back and forth. Breeze on him. Okay, Spoobert dissuaded. Interestingly enough, Spoobert still went for a Profane Hydra, so still on this lethality build. Obviously, once again, not tech to win this 1v1, so I hope he's able to get into these fights. Use that big Profane Hydra power in the team fights. I think that Russian Black Cleaver could have been really good too.
Yeah, I think you want to go bruiser build on this
I
Aatrox
think
here. Man, we're full of Spoobert spite. We just don't like you. Just don't like the what he's cooking up in the
Got some
in the
interesting
top lane.
choices. You know, it's like you send him to the store for milk, and he comes back with Capri Sun, and it's like,
I wouldn't say it's
I
that
mean,
bad, but yeah.
can you hydrate yourself with this? Absolutely, but is it, maybe what we expected? Probably not. Either way, Herald's gonna get popped up here. Spoobert's just dancing around with 300 HP. He hops in that Herald. He wants this turret dead, and he wants it dead right now. As there's OTF knocking up that Ornn. He's able to secure that kill all by himself. Herald gets the second charge off.
Wait a minute.
Lot of
They're
damage.
collapsing. IDH are coming, and they're on the flank.
Yeah, Mega Inferno Bomb hits Spoobert. 100 HP on that lad. Xiao PP wants to finish off this kill, but World Ender is popped. He's picking up a lot of bombs and will go down here. Can the
That arrow.
and support and mid combo, excuse me. Can they get this done? Melee Mailman can be safe. OTF gets on out of there, yeets himself at Melee Mailman with his ultimate. Knock up though onto Spartans. They're gonna taunt him, stun him up. A lot of damage. Now Crystal's here. Crystal's gonna be slowing him down. Spartans trying to dredge line out onto the remnants of that turret. Crystal is ghosted, kiting around, dancing around, manages to dodge it out, dodges the dread line as well. They don't have a ton of damage though. Spartans.
That's a nice
One more
TP.
auto does it, but they cannot find that last auto. He's got the shield as well. Now the collateral damage after Yeetloaf has teleported back into the play will put Crystals in the dirt. He's trying to slide forward, flash away from McFeeds, will keep him alive. Able to get out of the way of that smoke screen. Mailman, McFeeds in full retreat, but Spoobert is back. He's fully respawned. This is the fight that just never ends. As he's walking forward here, he doesn't want to just let him go for free. Zhao PP, now he's here. Can they get in on a Spoobert? I don't know. The chains don't land on a McFeeds either. Zhao
Wait a
PP is
minute.
not done yet. This is insane. This is crazy. Not letting him have even a second to breathe here. Spoobert as well. Oh, okay. Now he gets a hit with that. Hits with the knockup. He's going to get clapped, but he's healing up. Nobody has any grievous wounds, but it doesn't even matter. Xiao PP, he's got that burst damage. He heals himself up too with his own World Ender. It's crazy. It's insane.
That just kept going. Didn't expect it to keep going that long, man. How many minutes was that? Full altercation there.
That was like 1.5 minutes of nonstop fighting.
Yeah. So the topside turrets are taken. Topside turrets are taken here, as there's not going to be enough time for replay. They do get that on the side of XG. They do lose a lot of their members on the way out. Manly Mailman does survive due to the Ash Arrow from Crystal. So nice save hitting that onto all Gucci. Not, Oh, another one.
Okay, there we go. This is the enchanted crystal arrow that we wanted. Right on the
Yeah.
Ziggs. He's just standing there exposed in the middle of the lane. Crystal hits the ultimate named after himself, and that's going to be the mid turret gone, I believe, from IDH. Yeetloaf steps up to defend this. I mean, he's Graves. He can probably clear this out, but to what efficacy, we will see.
With the Braum shield up, though, quite difficult.
There's a little bit of CC. Braum trying
Oh,
to
a hook?
hit this one, but the dredge line does hit. McFeeds might be the sacrificial lamb, but they're turning onto Crystal as well. Everybody walked the other way down into the river. All of a sudden, it's a disaster for XG. Now Yeetloaf steps forward with this fleet footwork. Doesn't manage to take down OTF, though. Instead, we'll just push him away. All these jungle camps now free for the taking. And with Dragon spawning in 52 seconds, they can establish a ton of Vision 2 and play all up in here.
Yeah, they're gonna have a nice tempo advantage. Plus the vision that you're talking about. Set up full control. Blingo's gonna be able to push this bot side down and won't be basically stopped by Spoobert up in the top side here. Looks like they've matched all Gucci. Gonna be burning a flash to get out of there, but they've matched it successfully here. They're gonna have nice vision control. They should be able to walk down back to Dragon and continue to fight for dominance, as Zhao PP going to be making a beeline for that mid lane.
Yeah, let's see this here. Blingo could be the one caught out, but as the Ornn, he is, of course, very tanky. Zhao PP just stepping straight up, trying to get in on the McFeeds. Yeetloaf will continue to attack the XG support. It's got just a little bit of HP. The Bellows Breath manages to do it. Mega Inferno Bomb over the top, hits OTF, forces the Galio away to the turret. Now, once again, IDH, with their just non-stop pedal to the metal, they managed to win the fight here. They're sending all Gucci back, but they get this Dragon as well.
Yeah, nice to send their mage up in the top side, far range. Hard for Spoobert to really stop unless going to go for an all-in up there. Looks like that might be happening right now. All Gucci is getting pretty low. Wait a minute, turning it around.
Yeah, Spoobert. Oh, we managed to slide on past the bomb. The golden mode, though. It's the double Galio ultimates. The Silas arrives as well. Xiao PP, he's going to slam on down, but not quick enough to save his AD carry, or AP carry, I suppose. Blingo manages to slam that ram on into Spoobert. OTF now trying to get away, but Spartans is here. They're ready to cut off the Galio. Xiao PP. Chains don't land. That's okay. All you got to do is hit this auto attack. Just, oh, okay, the hook lands. That's going to be enough. But Nocturne Ultimate Paranoia. He's going to get in there. It's in the middle of 3 people. This is kind of questionable. I'm not so sure about this one, guys. He's going to get exploded, and he instantly goes down. IDH take 2 more kills. Mailman. He delivered himself with Prime Day shipping. A free 300 gold for whoever picked him up there. I think it was Spartans.
Might be more than that because that was Manly
Oh, yeah, he
Mailman's
hadn't died
first
yet.
death. And yeah, that was free delivery.
No.
I usually don't like seeing Nocturne's ult when the tank is present, and there is good reason here. This Baron's doing a lot of damage, though. There is no poke, there is no engage with just Ashe and Braum in the mid lane here. So, despite doing this kind of slowly, there is going to be no challenge, and IDH have completely turned this game around. And I mean, despite the draft diff, they're just constantly out skirmishing and out fighting XG.
Yeah, they just keep clicking forward. It's incredible. Xiao PP, he has 0 fear. He will just continue walking at you until he and the rest of his team kill you. And that's just how they've been playing the rest of the game. And it's been working. This is incredible to see.
I mean, the incredible part is Yeetloaf here in the mid lane. Just doing an absolute amazing job 2 games in a row here. And yeah, All Gucci does get caught. All Gucci, you don't have to win this 1v1. You just have to stop Spoobert from getting the turret here. Does fall down. Interesting enough, I was very confused which Galio ult was which because they're both red. Usually when you're playing the game, one's green, one's red.
Oh, we're tuning right back in, and it's a flash forward from Yeetloaf, and he takes down Spoobert. He collects him with the collector. Oh my god.
Oh,
XG.
we didn't see that.
Oh, this is not looking so good. I gotta say, this really went from bad to worse, as now it's all of a sudden a massive gold lead. Baron power play. It's not a Red Bull Baron power play, but the power play nonetheless.
It could be.
They attack the
Red Bull.
structures. It could be the Pro Comps Baron power play.
Yeah, Pro Comps Baron power play. Definitely want a double sponsor for this game here, as OTF is going to be forced away from this turret Baron here. So much power, and there just isn't any wave clear in XG. Galio, yes, is a little bit, but it's nothing like a Ziggs, a Syndra, a traditional mage. And so they're going to have a hard time stopping this. With All Gucci just firing away with these bombs, and look at that, Crystal can't reach the wave.
This is Ziggs paradise right here. This is exactly what Ziggs wants to do, but like times 100. Just lay down these explosives, protect this cannon minion, barrage the turrets. I mean, he's gonna have the W to execute the turret soon. So, I mean, IDH, they're in such a fantastic spot here. The enchanted crystal arrow flies forward, but it hits the Nautilus, and Crystal gets hit with the enchanted crystal arrow as well. I think this immediately prevents the fight. Immediately shuts this one right on down. The health bars are just dropping lower and lower from the Ziggs poke. Hook hits onto McFeeds. Here's the Galio ultimate to try to disengage.
Elo?
It's huge. It's a big knockup. This could completely turn things around. Spoobert has enough damage with the lethality, but Zhao BP is still alive, so is all Gucci. I mean, it looked like it was almost crazy good, but the health bars are still so high. Right here, Spoobert trying to continue forward, but he cannot finish off. All Gucci, big healing from Zhao PP. Spoobert barely still alive. Crystal's flashing forward, trying to finish off all Gucci, but he flashes straight into the Ornn and straight to his death as well. All Gucci and Blinko are still alive here, and they're still pushing this wave forward. They have their sights set on this inhibitor. All Gucci, he's baiting them in, and they're flashing onto him as well. Blinko is the one that's still alive. He's going to be breathing on him with the Bellows Breath, and he's going to be doing a ton of damage too. That's that Ornn-based damage. He's got it all. He will be trying to chase down McFeeds. I don't think this is it. I think you just kind of hit the inhibitor here, but Galio's still up, so maybe you just leave before anything else bad happens. But IDH, I'm going to say they came out on top at the end of the day. They got so many structures. Blingo's still alive. Dragon spawning in just a little bit. 3 seconds left on that. McFeed's still running for his life. I mean, this game is crazy, Crims.
Yeah, so Blingo there does have TP. We'll make it back to the Dragon in time, but I mean, you can see with the gold deficit, with how much of a lead that IDH have, they almost lost that team fight. And again, that is the team comp difference.
So true.
And it's just barely not enough to overcome. And Spoobert, despite being a tank, despite building full damage, was frontlining like none other there, just off pure lifesteal. This is going to hit. We also have the Nocturne Veil coming across the screen, but
Up DPS.
to no avail, will not be able to get the dragon.
Oh.
And that is the
Oh, he blocked the Silas ult. He blocked the Silas ult. He didn't steal the Paranoia. Look at that.
Not a big deal, because like in 20 seconds you could just come back around. And Nocturne does not have spell shield.
He's
They need to reduce the cooldown if you like miss. It needs to be like twice as long if you get spell shielded or something. I feel like you don't get that much value out of blocking it, you know?
Yeah, so like all 2 champions in the game with a spell shield can shut down Silas.
Or I feel like Zonya's it, you know?
Uh-huh.
Or something else.
I feel you. I think that would be interesting. I do agree. But this inhibitor is going down. As IDH, they put their full attention on that. They're kind of using Spartans, but everything turns out to be okay. No reactions.
I have a feeling that was non-consensual on Spartan's side.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Gotta buy that guy, gotta buy him a soda after the game for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely a sorry moment. And luckily enough, team was not able to punish on the side of XG here. They have mid down. Baron's coming up soon, so I believe this should be able to be transitioned into an uncontestable Baron. They do have Spoobert pushing out bot side though with TP up, so I think that XG actually with this, if they're willing to give up turrets, can make it to this Baron and contest, but it's gonna be a bit risky. And if they mess up anywhere in this macro chain, they're gonna lose the game.
Yeah, it's definitely in one fight territory at this point. If XG makes one more big mistake, the game is totally over. They're missing their mid inhib. And Ziggs does execute those turrets extra quickly post-haste, so do have to watch out. But the style where they just continue walking at their opponents is very intimidating to play against. It's impossible for XG to face check anything unless they sacrifice McFeeds too. But Spoobert continues to push on the other side of the map. Baron's getting started up. See what they do.
They're taking it very slowly. No 80 carry. No really good Baron damage. And so look, this is buying them time. 5k though getting quite low. They're just not checking it fast enough. They don't have their 80 carry there. I don't know what happened, but they just were not able to coordinate it. And now they've lost their chance of contesting Baron. They do get some money on the flip side from Spoobert, but I mean, you need a lot more than just 2 turrets to come back.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been the chance for the Nocturne Galio combo, right? Everybody's standing there in the Baron pit. I mean, I think that was like the one shot you have to get back into the game, but
oh wait,
will not go through. Instead, here, this might be it. There's the Galio ultimate. They're going to time it perfectly to knock up Zhao PP, and they will manage to secure that kill. Now Spoobert's teleporting in. Excuse me, it's Blingo. He arrives and knocks that ram up into 2. Will get in onto this Ashe and just obliterate the HP bar of Crystal. Blingo is godlike at this point. The Ornn doing it all. 7 and 3, 600 gold bounty on Blingo's head. He's had quite the performance today. Xiao PP, the only member of IDH to go down so far after this Baron take. And now Eatloaf is just doing so much damage. It's impossible to contend with. It's going to be the game. Baron minions will end it even if they choose not to attack the Nexus. All Gucci hops in the fountain. He wanted to wash himself off, but will go down there. IDH, very convincing 2-game series, gotta say.
Yeah, huge goal lead in both. The early game was a bit dicey in both sides, but quick recovery in game number 1 and game number 2. They found a nice comeback, despite the fact that I don't think they should be able to come back in this game. Just want to say that they really did get out-drafted here, but they won in spite of their draft. It was close. That last couple team fights could have went either way. And now IDH, my prediction does come true. They do come straight out of the gate more solid as well. And Yeetloaf in the mid lane again is looking like an absolute monster.
Yeah, I mean, that prediction was correct. You have another prediction point on the board. They ganked mid and they lost the game off it, arguably. Yeah, so it's exactly as you foretold. But yeah, no, I think that IDH, they kept it cool. They were definitely the better team here today, and I'm excited to see how they continue playing throughout this season. They've already got a great showing to start this one off. XG, you know, they were pretty close in game 2. I thought that they had some real meaningful leads at points, and they're no slouches, so they've got some things to clean up, but they can definitely come back to contend also. So, hope you all in the audience enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for being part of Conqueror League's opening week. We will catch you guys next time, same time for Conqueror League, but we got some more tomorrow as well, so tune in for some more Titan Esports.
All my life, by my side. All my life, all my. One time from side to side. Without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Peekaboo, I see you, peekaboo, I see you, looking at me, looking at you. Hold up, where you going? What you doing? Who you seeing? What you need? What you want? I said, without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side.